There are more than 6 million licensed drivers here in Georgia. Most have been guilty of pushing the limit at least once, and most have seen the dreaded blue flashing lights in their rearview mirror. Now, the officer hands you a ticket for some traffic infraction. Well, what if it wasn't your fault? Then you tell it to the judge, and good luck, you're going to need it. Our special report now with Channel 5's Tom Corvin, who is in the midst of the metro area's homeward bound commuters. Tom?
Well, John, if you got a ticket on a crowded road like this, you're talking dollars, points, and time. $100, $150 and up for the violation. Points that'll push your insurance rates even higher, not to mention at least a day off from work. So why not try to beat the rap? Why not try your excuse, your story in court? It's a long shot, it's a gamble. But if you are pushing the limit in Cobb County, the odds are definitely not good.
Don't be shocked if you're in bumper-to-bumper traffic, although the good news is no accident.
No child restraint, no seatbelt.
You may pray the symbolic violin plays for your wines and fines, but in Judge Beverly Collins' Cobb County Traffic Court, the music stops.
The speedometers always aren't accurate, so I always gauge it against the mile marker. I really didn't realize that it was illegal to do that.
We were running behind the day on the schedule and...
Second row, thank you. Good morning. I always give them an opportunity to give me their good excuse.
All righty, if you have a seat in the second row, please.
You know, I don't make any guarantees that it's going to help. I think we had last year 133,000 cases.
Marcel Brower.
It's a lot of cases, a lot of excuses. And you hear the same ones over and over.
This is what you can do. You can let you plead no contest to not having insurance.
How much is somebody to this ticket?
And you can explain to the judge you need a little bit of time to pay that.
From an expired license all the way up to a vehicular homicide. Even if they've talked to the prosecutor and the prosecutor says, you know, that's not a valid defense.
Now, if you want, I can continue the case for you.
Total fine is going to be $336.
We're not going to drop the case. They'll still come up and try their luck with me. I'll be honest with you, I have laughed. If they're speeding, it's because they're sick. They're in a real hurry to get to. I mean, I couldn't believe he told me. He said when the officer stopped him, he just went in his pants. He was in such a hurry to get to the restroom. If you want to plead guilty with an explanation, you're certainly welcome to do that.
But most come at a cost.
So you've got a total of $360. Please don't tell me you were avoiding an accident.
Well, if I hadn't gotten in the lane, there would have been one.
It's her first offense.
Judge Collins waits for a truthful imagination, but it rarely comes.
All right, so this is going to be a 6-month suspension then. Did you know about that law?
No, ma'am. I see everybody do it.
I know,
And I got caught.
if you were not driving the car, why would you plead guilty?
It was early in the morning, and traffic was pretty light.
And the charge of following too close.
Sometimes attorneys can't even believe it.
I had another DUI client recently. He said, well, I had to go out there. My girlfriend was pregnant, and she wasn't living with me, and she had a real itching for a salami.
William Munger didn't go the attorney route.
To make it payable to traffic violations.
Well, it cost you more than what they're charging you. Am I right?
Thank you.
Still, there's that 1%.
And I had an insurance card in my wallet, but it was the expired card. My husband had the other card in his desk drawer.
I think it always is worth a shot to talk to the judge. I shouldn't say that. Now everybody will want to come and talk to the judge. I take it back.
Highway, don't be shocked if you're in bumper-to-bumper traffic, and please, get your headlights on.
Really, the most to hope for is a reduced fine, and that is with documentation. Not a sweet story. By the way, Cobb County takes in nearly $600,000 a month, not a year, a month, from traffic violations, and we really have no one to blame but ourselves. Tomorrow night, DeKalb County and Judge Winston Bethel and DeKalb Traffic County Court, where confusion competes with order of the court, and one man nearly talks himself into a fine. More stories, excuses, and imaginations from those pushing the limit tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. John?
Tom, I learned a few new ones. Tom, I have been in Judge Collins' courtroom before, not as a defendant, as a reporter. She's a tough judge. Did you find that that's typical of most traffic court judges, that they do pretty much toe the line there?
It is. It's like a state trooper told me. They are human, but of course, an excuse, a good story, even though it's truthful, does not necessarily mean it will beat the violation. And of course, they do toe the line in that respect.
Tom, we all want to know, what's the #1 most used excuse in that court?
I am going to quote Larry Bud Melman. You got to wait till tomorrow
Oh,
night.
shucks. All right.
Any big surprises for you? Did you?
As a matter of fact, there have been. Some of the stories, unfortunately, we can't tell on television.
Huh.
Gee, get back here. We'll
Too
talk.
risque? Want to hear about those.
Tom Corvin, thanks. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Thanks, Tom. Just ahead on Eyewitness News at 6, Ken Cook says cooler weather headed our way.
Also coming up, a woman wins 30 minutes of free shopping. Look at her go. We'll see what she got.